Okay, so we have Tanner here.
Yay.
Trevor.
Hi.
And Mason.
Hi.
And what they are working on now is a word map. And basically, these are my 3 Tier 1 kiddos. They're honor above benchmark. And so we are working on doing a little bit of vocabulary. So we're doing a word detective map over some. Okay, so Trevor's working on his word map here, and we are about to read Piecing Together of the Story of Dinosaurs from Fossils. And as the boys are reading, I'm going to instruct them to pick out words that might sound a little different to them, or they might not know the meaning of it, and we're going to do a little bit of detective work on it. Okay, boys, so right in the middle of the page, there is a circle. That is where you're going to put the definition. The vocabulary word. So what were some words in this story that you guys heard and you thought, I wonder what that means? Mason, what was a word that you... Brooding. That's a good word. Okay, so you'll write that in that middle circle area.
Is it B?
Okay, so I would suggest that you look back in the story. Okay, so you guys read the story, right? And we have our word map on there to play word detective. So I want to know, what are some words that you guys heard in the story as you were reading that you wondered what it was, what it meant? So does anybody have any words that they'd like to share? What's your word? What's your word, Tanner?
Embryo.
Embryo. So they talked about Tanner, can you go back in the story and maybe reread the sentence that had that word in it? A word that he was kind of wondering about.
Brooding.
Brooding. And you asked me how to spell it, and what did I suggest? Look in the text to find that word again. So Mason, how do you spell brooding?
Brooding.
Okay, so Mason, you would write brooding in that circle of that word map. Tanner would write embryo. And Trev, what's your word, buddy?
I'm pretty sure it is. I had embryo too.
You had embryo also?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to pull up a lot of different definitions. So we really have to use it in context and look at it and say, how is it used in the story, right? Because
it was a developing baby dinosaur. One of the ants held an embryo or developing baby dinosaur.
Okay, so
developing, like something developing.
Something that's developing. Okay, so I would suggest you maybe look online at our online dictionary and see what definition it gives you. Tanner, what do you think, buddy?
I think it's like the internet.
Okay.
An onboard or unhatched offspring in the process of development, and particularly a human offspring during the period from
Okay.
the 2nd to the 8th week after
Fertilization. Good word. Good job.
After which it is usually termed as a
fetus. A fetus. Correct. So, Trevor, you wrote the word embryo right in the middle in your workbook. So you would write it right there. Okay. And right here is where I would ask for you to write the definition that you just looked up. Okay. Okay. So, all right. And I would just probably put the first part of it that talked about what related to the story, right? And Tan, you could probably look that up and put the same thing. Did you find that in the story?
In the story, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Can you read that sentence to me, please?
sentence is.
Don't even think about giving him bunny ears.
It was.
Okay, here we go.
It was brooding or sitting on a nest, the same way birds do, with its arms spread to protect the egg.
Okay, it was brooding. So okay. So when you guys hear the word brooding in the story, what do you think it means?
Protecting.
Will you read it one more time for everybody to hear and read out real loud, okay?
It was brooding or sitting on a nest, the same way birds do, with its arms spread to protect the eggs. So I think it means to sit on the eggs and protect them.
So if I say,
not protect.
So Mason, if I say I'm brooding, does that mean I'm sitting on eggs and protecting them?
That's only what birds do. Maybe.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So let's look it up online and see what it says.
Means
okay.
If a bird sits on the eggs to hatch.
Well, that's what it means. Is that the only definition that it gives you is for brooding?
Think deeply about something that makes one unhappy.
Oh.
And showing deep unhappiness of thought.
Okay.
Hearing darkly menacing. And
okay, so it gives us several different definitions. Oh, great. They got the giggles now. Okay. So now I am going to put the camera on me for a little bit. I'm going to be working with the boys doing a one looks, one doesn't. It's not facing you guys. They're making faces at me. One looks, one doesn't. And what that basically is I'm going to have one of you guys is the producer. I'm showing it to you now. One of you is the producer and one is the receiver. What do you think a producer would do? If I showed a picture, what would a producer do, Mace?
Someone who makes things. Like, let's say, I am the producer of Under Armour. I make Under Armour shoes.
Okay. What is a receiver? If I asked what a receiver is, what's a receiver?
A receiver is the person who gets or buys the product.
Get something. So I like that you guys turned it into a product. Very cool. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show you guys a series of pictures. Okay. And what I want you guys to do is one person is going to be the producer and they're going to look at the picture and they are going to use as many words as they can. Descriptive words, right? All sorts without saying the actual thing that the picture is. And you're going to use descriptive words and you're going to use a lot of words. Okay, so we are now going to do the one looks, one doesn't. And basically what this does is it gives you guys the opportunity to express ideas that are popping into your head. You have to organize your ideas, right? You have to look at a picture and have specific words pop into your head and be able to organize them before you speak them, okay? So I'm going to show you a picture, and the producer is going to organize those thoughts in their head, okay?
Can I be the producer?
And then, hold on, please. And then you are going to tell the receiver, okay? Tell the receiver what ideas are popping into your head. And the speaker is going to carefully listen and make sure that the words that that are being received are relevant to the picture, okay? And Mason here is going to be the producer. Be nice, guys. And Tanner over here, Tanner, you can look back. He's going to be the receiver.
Yep.
Okay, so we know that the receiver is going to be paying careful attention to the producer and asking the producer if the receiver needs any clarifications, right, Tan?
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the producer is going to be responsible. You just like to be on camera, don't you, Trev? The producer, be nice, please. The producer is going to be the one looking at the picture and describing the picture to his partner while the receiver tries to guess, okay? And you guys, I'm going to be looking for you using more than 5 words in a sentence, okay? So I need to see if you're really paying attention.
Burn, ash, crackle, burn.
So you try to describe
Yes.
Try to describe them using more than 5 words in a sentence, okay?
Flows, peaceful.
Can you show us the picture, Mason?
This is a picture that is peaceful, and it is also calming for some people, and it may end. This is what sometimes live in it, and
Okay, so speak really loud so he can hear you, okay?
And it is used to put out fire. Water? Yes.
Okay, water, okay.
Oh, this is easy.
Okay, can you show it to us? All right. All right, so use some really descriptive words, okay, to let him know what it is.
This is a picture of touchdown. Is what? Yes.
Specifically,
Specifically.
what is it? Explain it to him, Mason.
It is where people run on the football field. Yes.
Okay, so what's the next one? Okay.
All right, so the person might say, "You're out," when you catch something.
Baseball.
No. And
Is he close?
yes, and you can field with it.
What?
Field with it, and you can also catch stuff in it,
Kickball.
and it goes on your hand, and it is kind of like a glove.
Okay. I would say that you probably just used a word that is a little close to describing it, but we'll go with it.
And it also is used to catch. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, what's the next picture? Okay, show it to me.
Wait, is this like the?
Let me see it.
So
Okay, so
this is
Mace.
what it is,
Okay.
and you use it. If you use like any words,
It's very hard, I know. So be
You-
very descriptive in how you explain it. Organize your thoughts in your head and then
It's another way of transportation,
okay, so it's you use the word transportation. That's a key word.
and no, and you use it to get to places. On the ground.
Train.
No. You can also.
So this is a little difficult to do, isn't it?
Mhm.
So things that might help you out are organizing those ideas in your head and thinking, okay, how do we use this? This is how you get to school every day.
Sometimes how some people get to school. No.
Car.
Yes.
It's a car. Good job.
I didn't. Okay. So what is that?
That's the Capitol building. That's the White House.
No, it's the Topeka.
No, that's the Topeka building.
Oh,
we went there for a field trip. Remember that? Yeah.
last
I'm
year.
gonna go again.
I know.
Half the kids. I went up there.
No.
Right up
Yeah,
to
boy,
the top.
dude, remember when I had an anxiety attack and I couldn't walk down?
Yeah, half the kids stopped right there.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even
One
get right
kid
there.
said that it was. He said, "Look how far down the hospital is." Yeah, I'm out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm done. I could not do that.
Okay.
I remember I was like, and I remember after that we went to Cece's.
Oh yeah, and there was this guy who was showing us too. He kept on singing about stuff too.
Okay. He
Remember
kept.
those paintings on the walls?
Yeah, there was.
And then people would always comment on how they didn't like him. So then remember he'd be like a skunk at the bottom.
So what painting are you talking about?
On the walls of the bottom floor.
Okay. So what did the paintings represent?
There's one with
War hero.
yeah, like a Civil War battle hero, and he had a Bible in his hand.
Okay. Civil War
And
Bible
the
hero.
other one,
There was one painting that had Indians on it.
and then the other one it was like a farmhouse, and people would comment on how they didn't like them, and common bachelor farm. So then, on the second side of it, at the very bottom, he put a skunk.
A skunk? Okay. So what do you think the skunk represents? Why put that
The
on a
people.
beautiful painting?
The people, because he didn't like them.
Okay. He didn't like them.
And then-
Okay.
It smelled like toots. Probably that's why.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
I remember we all, right down there, further down, there's like, you walk down these stairs and under there's a gift shop. They had us all lined up against this little brick kind
Okay.
of thing. We took a picture. Me and my friend were like, nope, we are not about to fall off of that.
Okay.
No,
So what did you guys keep bringing up the memory of going up to the very top of that dome?
Yes.
Use some really good descriptive words, right?
Anxiety.
About how you felt.
Anxiety.
And remember, I want you to use our 5 words per sentence. So I'm going to tell you an example. If I say, line up, and I tell you to line up for recess, and I just use line up, that's not 5 words, is it? I want you to use sentences that have at least 5 words. So that means not shouting out one descriptive word, but using it in a sentence with 5 or more words. So tell me how you guys felt.
Anxiety,
I felt a lot
and-
of anxiety, and I remember.
it was.
Okay, one
the
at a time.
hospital was very down below, and I'm like, well, I know half the kids are going to get out, but I can
That
fall
day
asleep,
it
guys.
was very foggy and moist up there.
Oh yeah.
Foggy. Good
Yeah, it was so
words, Tanner.
It was so foggy, you could touch the clouds.
I
Okay.
didn't even go up there because I was so scared. I couldn't even go to the halfway. I had to go to the quarter.
And
that's
the
the
quarter
third
point.
I'm pretty sure
The quarter point is right there.
The Topeka
Okay.
Capitol was like I'm pretty sure the 3rd tallest or the fourth tallest.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a word. How did you feel right before you went up? Use that word
I
in a
felt-
sentence.
I felt very anxious before I went up to the top.
I felt very excited.
anxious.
Okay, so you both felt anxious, right? Tanner felt excited. Are those the same, a synonym, or very different?
Very
different.
So they're opposite. So they're what, Tanner? High five, dude. An antonym. Okay, so yes, you can. So there's your 5, dude. So Tanner, you felt very excited. Why did you feel so excited to go all the way up
Because
there?
I knew that I wouldn't fall off because it's been there for a long time and a lot of people have used it and they didn't fall off.
Tanner, I liked your deductive reasoning on that. You knew you would be safe.
Someone told me there was like a pool up there.
Oh,
It wasn't a pool, but whenever you're getting at the end of the staircase, it spin in circles, like about right here.
okay.
There was this really thin thing that just went around like this. Like
Wow.
maybe these 3 chairs stacked in a triangle that long.
Okay.
And we had to try climbing it. You cannot climb it with just 2 feet. You had to like crawl up it.
Okay. So what was your biggest fear? Why were you so scared
I was gonna
to
fall
go
off.
up there?
I was gonna
No,
fall
I wasn't that scared. I just get a ton of anxiety.
off.
Okay,
I did too, and
I get it.
I did not want to fall off.
Okay. So who went all the way up to the top? Yeah, you did. I'm with Mason.
I didn't even.
I am with
I
Mason
didn't even
on
go
the
there.
scared
I didn't
level.
even- I didn't even go to the halfway point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mason didn't even go.
I was the only. Yeah, I went up. I just didn't go to the halfway point.
Wow. Okay. We went, or you guys went to.
Brown versus Board of Education.
Okay. What did you see there? Be kind to each other.
We found there was like a little museum, and then they was like an auditorium, and then there was like a school.
Yeah.
And I remember that above the water fountains they had black and white.
Oh yeah, and then they had right when you walked in, there was like a sign called black and then white, and then on the side there was a white house, like a white schoolhouse, and
Yeah.
on the right side there was a white. On the right side there was a black schoolhouse,
Wow.
and the white one was way bigger, and the black one was really small.
No, I thought they were around the same. size.
No.
The black one was really small.
Yeah, the black one was about.
I thought they were around the same
No,
size,
it was-
but
they
one
were
was
tall.
less bigger.
Okay. So they were tall.
No, the white one was. The black one was like about the size of this one.
Wow. Okay. What else do you guys remember about that building? or about how you felt. Like you guys haven't probably seen a lot of the segregation and things like that that people went through at that time until you guys went to that the Brown versus BOE building. I mean, what did you think? Were you aware of things like that before you went there, or were you kind of naive to the fact that some of those things went on?
I knew that happened. And there was this room telling about, it was showing videos of white people treating blacks really bad. Wow. And they said do not repeat it at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
They were like really strict on us. Do not repeat this.
Why do you think that they showed it to you in the first place if they don't want you to repeat it?
To show us what happened in history so that we know
Not to do.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, good job, you guys. Anything else that you guys can remember?
Nope. Not that much. That we had to sit in this big classroom for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah,
That was
and then
smooth.
the chairs
Wow.
were like, we had to sit in chairs that were like this tiny.
Yeah.
Because it was a black school, it was a black classroom, and they didn't get good chairs, so the chairs were like this tiny.
We had to do
sit
this
in.
the whole time. We were doing this the whole time.
Because they didn't have proper chairs to sit
No,
in?
they had good, okay chairs, but they had those tiny wooden chairs like that big.
Because
Okay.
they were treated bad.
Okay. All right, guys.